Join us and discover beautiful beaches, rugged landscapes, pretty towns, desolate mountain ranges that sweep down to stunning lakes, unique architecture, history and folklore, no shamrocks, no shillelaghs, and definitely no shenanigans, just naked Ireland. Konnichiwa. A very different kind of film this week. We could almost be on a different continent, but we're not. We're in good old County Kildare at the Irish National Stud. Yep, the place where they breed horses, but we're not looking at horses today. I've saved that for a later film. In fact, today we're in this beautiful Japanese garden. This garden is just one of the gardens that the National Stud in Kildare has in its estate, and the Stud's website makes the claim that it's the finest of its kind in Europe. If that remarkable tree, cut into the shape of clouds, is anything to go by, they may just be right. I do like a nice bit of topiary. But that's quite a claim. I imagine there are a lot of Japanese gardens in all of Europe. So let's take a look and make our own minds up. It's just a pity we got such a rainy day for this. It's really pouring, as you can see. But I always say the true test of the beauty of a place is whether it still looks amazing even when the weather isn't favourable. As you can see, the hard landscaping includes such things as man-made caves and stone bridges, the sort of stuff you'd perhaps expect to find in a garden of this kind. Landmarks like this, which are obviously not natural, can sometimes look a bit kitsch, but perhaps you can get away with it in a Japanese garden. Maybe it's all part of the aesthetic. This garden is quite old and was created between 1906 and 1910 and was conceived by a Scotsman named Colonel William Hall Walker. The construction itself was carried out by a Japanese master horticulturist, Tasa Iida, and his son Minoru. I think the moss-lined stone path is particularly attractive, and perhaps is even one of those things that looks even better in the rain. Japanese gardens take you on a journey, and this one traces the passage of a soul from oblivion to eternity. Aspects of the garden apparently symbolise birth, childhood, marriage, parenthood, old age, death, and of course the afterlife. Now look at that bridge. Isn't that just a little taste of Japan in Ireland? I'm not exactly sure how this garden storytelling is realised, and I'd love to walk around here with someone more expert than I to get a full explanation of how this all plays out. But regardless, the place is very beautiful and we can appreciate it for that alone. Now this little pavilion is very attractive. I'm guessing this is a traditional tea house or something. It is a really wet day though. And some of the stone artefacts in the garden are very beautiful too. "120,000 people visit this garden every year, although as you can see, I have the place to myself today, presumably due to the inclement conditions. So as we look inside the pavilion, it's exactly the kind of minimalist architecture you'd expect this kind of traditional Japanese building to reflect. Water plays a big part in Japanese gardens, and it's prevalent here, as you can see. The water features here are really stunning, in fact, and just the sound of water in a garden, I think, creates so much atmosphere. It must take a long time and perhaps a few gardeners to keep all these bushes clipped to perfection. And you can see here there are more water features than intended as the path in front of us is flooded. Just going to take a trip round behind the pavilion now. And you can see this beautiful Japanese well. Now isn't this a serene scene? The gentle ripples in the water. It really doesn't seem to matter that it's raining. It's all just so evocative of the East. Now that we're all nicely chilled, this might be a good time to ask you to offer the video a like if it's been interesting, and of course please subscribe. A large proportion of people who regularly watch Naked Ireland films aren't subscribed, so it'd be great if you took the plunge and hit the big red button. The worst that can happen is you'll be made aware of more films that might be of genuine interest to you. I got completely soaked making this film, but when you look at this garden, you see immediately that it's all worth it. Besides, did you know that you can now buy me a pint? If you look in the description below, you'll see a link to enable a small donation that helps keep the channel buoyant. Obviously, you should never feel obliged. So now you know, if you're ever passing through County Kildare, call in and visit this amazing garden. Perhaps pick a drier day than this. And it's not the only garden here. I'll be taking a look at what else is on offer in future films, including the amazing Irish National Stud itself, so look out for those. So we'll take a last look at this beautiful garden. Maybe you're watching this film from Japan. I'd love to hear your thoughts on our Japanese garden here in Ireland, so please let me know in the comments. My Japanese is a little rusty, so you might want to do that in English. So at least I have the opportunity of warming myself indoors again and getting something warm to drink in this lovely Japanese styled restaurant. This is very attractive, I think you'll agree. So until the next film, I bid you a very zen goodbye, and I'll see you all, fully subscribed perhaps, in the next Naked Ireland video.